Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. My name is Kirsten. I have another Trump-related reading for you guys here today for the week of August 25th through September 2nd. The reading that I did last week and the reading that I did prior to that is all playing out, so make sure you check those readings out and see the accuracy. I'm not able to watch the news as much as I'd like to nowadays, so I can just give you the energies and what I think who I think it might apply to. I'm not sure. Okay, you'll have to work with me on these readings and tell me how this energy is playing out as the week goes on. And even though this reading is for August 25th through the 2nd of September, we all know that this could take a week or 2 or 3 weeks to play out. This is just a stamp in time when this energy is being called out. It doesn't necessarily mean it's just a weekly reading, okay? At the same time, it is just a weekly reading. So remember that as well. Don't take things so hard if the energy doesn't go in your favor, if you don't like what you're hearing, is what I'm trying to tell you. So before we get started, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Support the channel. I need your support because I'm not getting a lot of visibility here on YouTube. Thus, I'm not making any money on the videos. So in order to stay afloat and to be able to bring you these videos, I do require your support. So join me on Patreon. Donate to the channel every now and then. And keep your favorite tarot readers strong and alive here on YouTube. Okay? Regardless if there's political opposition maybe in the background that's holding some readers back. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I'd like for, everybody to be able to get my messages. But unfortunately, I may have to move my political readings solely to my Patreon channel in the future. As of right now, I'm trying to take a wait and see approach. But again, nobody gets anything for nothing, and every exchange has to have a return. And that's just the way this world is run. I wouldn't ask you to go in to your job and work for free. And I hope that you wouldn't ask that of me. So just remember that. If you don't support your favorite store, which, I just went clothes apparel shopping the other day and went to my favorite store because they always have great shoes and the prices are not astronomical and they're always comfortable and they're cute, and the store is out of business. But I haven't been there in over a year. I didn't support my store, and now the store is gone. So remember that, guys. Support your favorite tarot readers every now and then. And that's the last time I'm going to be making that request, because I feel like I'm probably going to be going straight to Patreon now with my political readings in the future. But we'll see. We'll see. So let's get started with this reading. We have the 12 Chairs Tarot today. I've been asked about this deck. This is a Russian deck. I saw it online a couple years ago, and fell in love with it. I had to have it because I'm like a dog with a bone, and I could not locate it anywhere. Could not find a way to purchase it, so I had it made up for myself. So that's my story with the 12 Chairs. Good luck in obtaining a copy, okay? Alright, I'm also using Sibilla Indivina and Lavera Sibilla to clarify the tarot cards. Basically, I have 4 cards here. I have 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got, and in these clarifiers, we've got a lot of people cards. There's a lot of people here. So, and that confuses me a little bit. And again, since I'm not watching the news constantly, I'm not sure who to attribute this energy to. I'll make my guesses. I'll make my predictions. But you guys can fill in the blanks. This is an interactive reading. That's why the cards are here for you to see. Let's begin with the 4 of Pentacles. As an event, this may represent stinginess, holding back, right? I read in layers, so this applies to more than one individual. It may apply to a situation or apply to several individuals. Stinginess and holding back is the energy of the 4 of Pentacles. It could be that because of the stock market fluctuations, that people are worried and they're up at night, worried about their nest egg. There could be tightness in the market. There's holding back. Also, this could represent major players that are holding back, being stubborn or being stingy, that are around Trump. And someone, even Trump, could be clinging to, holding on to what they have very tightly. Someone here isn't giving up information. This could be someone who's in prison right now behind Trump's ass. And when I clarified this card, I got the anger reversed. And by the way, I made sure that I shuffled all my cards upright at the beginning of this reading. All my decks, I made sure all the cards were upright because I wanted to make it a little bit easier on myself and hopefully not see so much negativity in the reading. But this card still came out reversed. Anger reverse is telling me that someone feels unjustly accused. Maybe that they feel that they're being held back. Or they're holding back because they feel unjustly accused. Still, they resent what is going on and what is happening to them. What I'm channeling here is that there's a lot of lies and resentment. And Trump and or someone else, I want to say Nancy Pelosi is in the background here, she's very strongly here in this reading, could be someone else, doesn't feel comfortable. Specifically, Trump is not feeling comfortable at this G7. With the Six of Pentacles below, this is telling me there are a lot of unfavorable compromises and deals being made, especially about trade. But Trump is being very stubborn and refusing to open up and let go. And any lost money he feels can be bargained or repaid. Anyone who loses money can be bailed out. And supported during this process, during this gamble, during this risk that he's taking. And that's what I feel he's thinking, okay? But this is a dilemma for others, and it's causing bad relationships with our allies and his colleagues, even the Republican Party. They're trying to keep this situation under control, to put a lid on it, but there's a lot of resentments and white lies being told. In order to keep a lid on it, and on a dark side, on a more secret side, someone is being paid off to keep a lid on it, to keep a lid on something for Trump. And there is a promise of a payoff. And Trump is a little bit nervous. He's nervous about all this, but he's nervous about the stocks, this market. But he's not letting that stop him from doing what he's doing. I clarified both of these cards, Four of Pentacles and Anger reverse with Suspiria. Again, I see some sort of brooding over a woman. Foreign matters. Brooding over foreign matters. Uncertainty about the future is an energy that's shared. This card is summing up what these two cards are talking about, right? It's just a third clarification. Someone is thinking that things are not going as planned, and there is fearfulness about the future. Great anxiety is building, but there are bigger problems in the stock market for us, and Trump on the horizon. There's bigger problems than the stock market for us and for Trump on the horizon. There is a wait mentioned here, and long delays. So I would interpret that to mean that he is feeling uncertainty, but so is Pelosi and someone else or others, and about what to do about Trump. And when Congress comes back, I still see there's a lot of bickering about that. There is uncertainty about Trump's fate, right? From both sides. Not because of what Trump did so much in the past, but because of what he might do in the future. That's where the perspective is going. This card is telling me that there is a missed opportunity here. This could be the pressure that's being put on Pelosi to impeach. This could be pressure being put on Trump to stop this trade war with China, to stop before things escalate with China or with North Korea, and to put sanctions and limits on parties like North Korea, Russia, and China. Don't miss this opportunity. And they're holding on. Someone is holding on to a vision that if they wait, if they delay, if they stall, If they could just hold on, that this will all pan out successfully for them in the future, for their self-interest. Okay, in regards to the impeachment inquiry, there's pressure, right, to Nancy saying, if not now, when? If not this president, then who? And there's passionate calls for this, and the anxiety and the pressure is building. Though I'm getting that the right time for something to have happened has been missed, and that ship has sailed. As Jason Stackhouse would say, that train has sailed. Yeah. And the anxiety and the pressure is building. It's too late. It's too late to turn back what's happening. Fortune and fate is telling us. Spirit is telling me to tell you that. That's the message that I am interpreting and receiving. But back to the reading. Trump is definitely not loved on this G7. There's unrequited love for him. Nope, they don't like him. And they think that his ideas are unrealistic and not practical. And especially regarding this trade and what's happening with the markets and what he's doing with the foreign leaders. And it's all a bunch of stuff. You know, I don't follow it that closely to be able to get into too many specifics with you. But they feel like he is the cause of all this turbulence, and that he's using this turbulence to simply misdirect from himself, from his own crimes. If someone is giving up information here in this confinement card, or this contempt card, they're actually giving up, misdirecting information, right? And they're lying. They're telling lies. They're still holding back from giving up the truth, from giving up the goods, from giving up the evidence. They're still holding back from confirming it or backing it. And that could be why they're found in contempt. This could be a predictive part of the reading, right? This may take longer than a week to play out. This may be something that plays out later on down the road. What I'm telling you. Someone is found in contempt. They're holding back. They're lying, right? They're giving information, but it's false information. And they'll be found in contempt for that. That could be like a future prediction. Trump unrealistically is holding on to a vision that his deals, that his trade war will bear fruit. But let's go over here to this Queen of Wands here. Who is this Queen of Wands? For me, the Queen of Wands is representing the exterior forces that are challenging Trump and his presidency this week, possibly beyond this week, right? Queen of Wands can represent a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But for me, it's represented in the past, specifically in this deck, Pelosi, Harris, Angela Merkel could be representing. It could be representing a famous actress. I don't know why I'm seeing a famous actress here, or an attractive woman. It could be representing someone that Trump had an affair with in the past or present. It could be representing Macron's wife, or a powerful man's wife here, or even Trump's wife. It represents a strong woman. I said Pelosi or Harris or even Warren, Elizabeth Warren. Any of these energies it could represent, okay? I read in layers, and I'm not saying it can be one of these energies. I'm saying it's probably representing all of these energies. It's all playing out, okay, on different levels. That's what I mean. So, there's a strong woman energy, strong female energy here, but it also represents the color red. So much red, so much red, so much red. Red is for Russia, red is for China, red is for North Korea, red is for Indians, Native Indians, and Native Indian heritage or heritage, right? So this is giving me Elizabeth Warren's energy here too. So I feel Trump is going to be taking some shots at Elizabeth Warren and her heritage again. The whole Pocahontas thing. Silly, silly, silly man. At his rallies, at his raves. I call them raves because they're just a bunch of mad, crazy people there. Yeah. All these energies, right, are in opposition with Trump. This strong woman energy is in opposition to Trump. I'm also even getting this Denmark leader or the Greenland leader. I don't know if it's Denmark who's in charge of Greenland or whatever. That person who doesn't want to sell to Trump, getting their energy here too. I think that was a woman, right? This energy here is opposing Trump, and they're in the spotlight in regards to this election, in regards to this G7, in regards to this whole, I don't know, everything, impeachment. There's so many people, and now I'm getting so many stories that I can't process. So let me just stay focused. This pensioner card represents Trump. Pensioner represents Trump, right? But it also represents Putin. It represents a misogynist male, a rich, powerful man or energy, and someone who can bully others, intimidate, bully, control. And manipulate passions and yeah, so yeah, on a deeper level here, it's Putin, okay, as well. It's Putin, the mastermind right here. Maybe even someone else off in the dark that I can't see, but I feel, right? And I'm getting the Chinese president and Macron here in the success card. Macron and the Canada leader, I can forget his name, the Canadian president or leader. So basically at the G7, everyone is against Trump, right? Trump is the big bully in town, and they're all kind of like, in order to equal him, they're all joined together, right? So that's who this Queen of Wands may represent in terms of people. But what does it mean in terms of energy? The success card here is saying that the Queen of Wands can represent prestigious honor and or an event where someone is being honored. Crowned and elected leaders are putting on some sort of show and performance. Someone is receiving an honor and rising in heights above Trump. So I'm channeling that this is someone who is benefiting from a clash. Cards are a little bit too far apart to connect. Sorry, because I'm linking cards right now in my mind, and you probably can't see what I'm doing. I know that it's really helpful to see the cards as readers read, because that's how you can learn. And I learned to read that way. So I always like to offer that to you guys. In a sense, it takes down the veil of mystery and allows you all to realize that this is a system. This isn't spirits. This isn't magic. This is a system of energy, and everything is energy. And anyone can do this. You know, anyone can do this and take charge of their own life and see where they're headed. But a future class, maybe I'll teach one day. Anyway, back to this reading. I hope I haven't gotten off on too much of a tangent. I'm feeling a little lost here. Let me just get sorted out. So I said that this is who the people this card may be representing. It's a people card, it's a court card, so it can represent people for sure, right? And since it's clarified by people, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of different energies. Exterior and challenging Trump in just this week or two. But crowned and elected leaders, and I feel like someone is benefiting, more than one, right? But I feel like Macron, I feel like some woman is benefiting from some sort of clash or dispute with Trump or about Trump, or because of Trump, because of America, China squaring off and having this trade war. And someone is dictating it all, being the mastermind, right? Being very calculating. And taking advantage of an opportunity that someone else has missed. That's interesting. I think it's Putin that is definitely the power behind the strings that is manipulating the markets through Trump, right? Because I feel like he's elated with satisfaction at how things are going, even though it's not necessarily going to plan. So I clarified all this, and I also see Macron rising as a leader, as well as some strong woman. She's rising as a leader, rising up in the polls, rising higher in the ratings than Trump, rising above Trump. And Putin is elated with satisfaction about how things are going, even though things are not going to plan. So I clarified all this with La Vera Sibilla, the ultimate clarifier, and got Fortuna. Wow. So again, the lucky woman. A woman is being favored here. She is fate. Fortuna represents fate, good fortune. The universal favor is being bestowed upon you. This could represent the stock market. We've got the wheel of fortune here. The stock market is being called out, right? And I feel it's rising this week. And I know on Friday we left off at like a $700 point loss. I feel it's rising this week, the week that I called out, or the next couple of weeks. There may be sudden rising. But it's very volatile and very dangerous. See how dangerous it is? And tricky. What Putin and Trump are doing. They both stand to gain, though, however, a fortune. They both stand to gain a fortune, especially Putin, to gain a fortune if this gamble pays off. It's manipulation. Very dangerous and tricky. They both stand to gain a fortune. They're also like predicting or gambling what China will do. But there's also predicting and gambling what Trump will do. You guys are going to laugh at me. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm just saying what I see. Judge me if you want to. I don't care. They're extraterrestrials. And that's that. There are extraterrestrials. Why do I say that? I'll tell you in a minute. I'm seeing a big stroke of luck for all the people that I've mentioned, right? Like fortune and favor and luck, a stroke of luck. Including Trump. Trump even gets some luck here, even though they're all against Trump. He gets some favor and luck here too. Specifically, I think because the stock market, some sort of gamble is paying off, but it's a risky, dangerous gamble. And I feel like there is a big payoff for someone this week, Trump and Putin. Like, it may not be this week, it may be a week or two away. Maybe the end of the month. I don't know. Let's look at this pensioner. Okay, so I just channeled, as I looked at this pensioner, I feel like this Queen of Wands is saying something. She's saying, as I look at this pensioner, so this is his feelings, his energy, Putin, Trump, I am manipulating the masses with an empty show or performance, with a lot of drama, with a lot of hype. I'm getting passions flowing and interest flowing. And the whole world is watching this reality show, this crazy reality show play out, this ultimate reality show directed by Putin. And there is universal interest in this, and that's where I get into the extraterrestrial part, because you guys know, for me, this card means extraterrestrial. It's like universal interest, like they're watching. So it's very important what's happening right now, what's going on in the world right now. And that's just a message from Spirit, that even the universe is watching, and other energies are watching what's going on. It's important to watch. I don't know why. That's just the message that I'm getting. So I'm channeling another message here, right? Between Suspiria and Fortuna. It's saying there's a missed opportunity, but the time has come for a new leader to rise. And on some level, that is China is going to rise above America economically. And that's a predictive statement. It's in terms of leading the world. It's China. That's what's being called out here. It cannot be undone now. It's like the time passed, the opportunity passed to change that. And now it's going to play out. It's calculated and destined. And the time is marked as now. So basically, this is Fortuna saying that this is happening now. And you can take that however you want to take it. I'm just reading you what the cards say. Okay? Let's go down to Trump. Trump's section here, but it can also be his allies, those that support him, that come out in this energy. But mainly, this is Trump's energy. What will Trump be doing, acting or reacting to? How will he be reacting to all this stuff? I'm also seeing getting, like in terms of other energy shared with Trump, Republicans, Russia, Roger Stone, Manafort, Flynn, or someone else who's in confinement or prison, maybe even Barr, I don't know, found in contempt. There's energy of support here for Trump from allies, but also lies and holding back and wanting to bail, wanting to be bailed out. Six of Pentacles is a deal, a payoff, an exchange of values of money or information. You give me something and I'll give you something in return, right? But there is someone who's getting a bigger portion in this deal and maybe is dealing with others on the side. So I'm seeing some karma here for Trump, but this karma is good and bad. He's got Fortuna in the reading, so he's going to get some really good luck here this week. He's going to luck out. Maybe give it a couple of weeks to play out, maybe 2-3 weeks to play out. It may not be necessarily the end of this week, but I'm just seeing it in the next few weeks, all right? I'm also seeing the same story that I mentioned above here at the when I was talking about the Four of Pentacles, that Trump feels like he can bail out of trouble those who are in trouble because of him, right? And that could be his friends, that could be the farmers, that could be anyone who's going to lose money in his trade deals with China, his trade war with China. He feels he can bail them out. If they could just hold on and support him, he's promising to bail them out. Or anyone who's of significance, of course, anyone who's of significance who can support him and fund him in the election, he's promising to bail out until he and Putin's plan pays off. And I know that sounds silly and crazy and simplistic, but that's what I'm seeing. Suspiria is unrealistic in her visions, so Trump is confused and unrealistic in his visions, and that's what the people around him think, including world leaders, okay, and the extraterrestrials. I'll just live in there. He's there in the background, right? Okay. Don't laugh at me. But this lucky bastard, man. Trump is a lucky bastard, born at the right time, on the right hour. Because he gets a lot of bailouts himself. The universe bails him out a lot. Massive strokes of luck come to this guy. And I see him getting some sort of support and getting also some payback as well. So like I said, it's good and bad karma is being issued to him. And he wants to give money instead of sanction money from others. He wants to give money to instead of sanction. And he's promising to bail out someone, could be one of his friends in jail, to get them out of trouble. Just keep a lid on it. Just keep a lid on it. There's lots of money card here at the side that clarifies the Six of Pentacles. Is saying that everyone around Trump, including the world leaders, and as well as I want to mention the Republican Party, and I want to say Melania, thinks that he's lost his bloody ass mind and all of his marbles. They're thinking that it's time to bail out of this. That is what they're thinking, not necessarily what they're doing. And it's also saying that there's a lot of confusion. Mainly, this is Trump's energy, but it's shared by those that I've mentioned, okay? There's a lot of confusion about what to do. And nervousness, uncertainty. Okay, so what I see here also is Trump losing an advantage or some leverage. He's losing in a deal. He's losing leverage or advantage because he has to pay off or make good on a debt to another. So purposely, he's been made weak in the repayment of a debt to another. He loses advantage and leverage over someone else in a deal.